Dawson Rider Wiki.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review for the 12-inch Power Rangers Beast Morphers Red Ranger figure. This is kind of a first look review for my channel. I'm planning on reviewing all of these as a set. The other ones that come in this set are, or the first wave or set or whatever, are, get out of the way, are Blue and Blaze. Hopefully they do Yellow because they literally only have to do one more to complete the core team and the only Girl Ranger they have at the moment. But I'll be doing a full review of all of them together in which I'll get to compare it to previous Nutcracker figures because I wanted to do that. But until I find all of them, I wanted to just do a quick review for that while I had it. So yeah, as I just said, Nutcracker. If you're not familiar with these are a fairly common type of toy called the Nutcracker toy that's been in a lot of different toy lines. Especially in Hasbro, you'll see it for Star Wars, I think. You'll see it for Avengers. PR did it under Bandai. I feel like it was Dino Charge they started, but it might have been Super Megaforce, excuse me. And I want to say, based on seeing these at Toy Fair, that they were a bit of a step up from Bandai's, and I guess to certain degrees they are, but honestly they're not too dissimilar. I think the thing that separates this guy is the material here. Because the Go Busters / Beast Morphers have that leather suit, they have to have a different style of plasticking, for a, that's not really a technical term, but like the Dino Charge ones were very smooth, they felt very cheap, you know, it was all a little bit muscly and rounded. These have much more accurate proportions. I'm not sure if Bandai would have done this if they would have maybe made this smooth and made it look awkward, but because I felt they had to do something about this unique material, it makes it look a little bit more natural. But in terms of like paint quality and details, I'd say it's pretty much the same, to be honest. Like the quality on the helmet's pretty solid. This could shine a little bit more, but they have all the core details there. I feel that the head sculpt is pretty accurate in terms of, you know, the proportions of what the helmet's like, so that's fine. It does look a little bit weird going down into the chest, and you could use a little bit more details here, like honestly just a silver. It's not like I'm asking for a ton of details for a cheap $10 Nutcracker figure, but there's a little bit goes a long way there. But again, I'll have to commend them on, not only did they make this look like the material and not give it that weird rounded feel, but they have like the little folds in there, which is nice. The belt looks fine. The Morpher kind of bugs me. It does have some details so that it's not just, you know, a standard block, but I wish it was on the side here. It feels weird to have it on here and you can't twist this, so that bothers me a little bit. Both hands are kind of set up for just holding this solo weapon you get, which is just a black molded piece of plastic, which is pretty standard. I'll also have to give them props for the legs actually having leathered-like details. In fact, that looks pretty solid. Same thing with the boots. So it's, honestly, I would say paint-wise, it's pretty on par with what Bandai did. Like, I don't want to make it sound like, oh my god, Hasbro totally reinvented this, because it's pretty much the same, and we can't really say whether Bandai would have smoothed this out to look really funny. Something else of note, this does have some QC issues you may have noticed when I was going over it. There's little black spots there. There's this weird little nick here that you can sort of see, but I notice it more in real life. And also under here, there's some weird, like, red paint discrepancies. So if you're really worried about that, just be sure to inspect them in person. But overall, it's an okay figure. You know, it's basically the same opinion as the Nutcracker figures of the past. Like, I would recommend this more over the Bandai ones just because the unique suit of the Go Busters, I think, is represented more well here. And Red Buster is probably my favorite suit of all of them, so I was really glad to get this one first. And like, I was gonna pick it up regardless. I think kids will like it. It's also worth noting they do have articulation, so you can move the arms up and around, and the legs as well. Like, you can't really get too much natural poses, but it is something. Same thing with the legs here, up and down and stuff like that. So it's a decent cheap figure for kids, or if you just want a solid-ish, you know, background large figure for the Rangers. I'm pretty excited for Blaze's because, again, Dark Buster is also one of my favorite things, and the fact that I never thought we would get figures for him, I'm excited for that. But for now, I think it's a little bit of a step up, but also just still pretty similar of that Nutcracker quality. And again, I'm hoping to do a full review of the whole team and compare it to the previous Nutcracker figures, and also another larger scale figure that I wanted to note. But anyway, until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell with notifications for all my Power Rangers toy reviews and news. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.